Hey frag heads and fragrance lovers, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Scentaur fragrance shelf chatting it up about some beautiful fragrances. Now first off, a little bit of heartfelt thank you, some gratitude. If this is the last video you see of me of this year, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I hope that you're doing absolutely fantastic out there. And I wanted to share with y'all my top 10 favorite winter fragrances. These are unique fragrances. These are very long lasting fragrances. Most of them are very potent. They're unique. They're creative. They're some of my favorites and I paid for all of these beauties. So you can know that with a surety that I love these fragrances and that they will have you smelling unique. So I'm sharing a little bit of myself with you today, and I hope that you like that. So first off, we have Oud Vanilla. I wanted to share this one first. Some people have different feelings about mamcera, but even if you don't love mamcera, there's no dispute of the longevity and the performance and the value. You can pick up these fragrances sometimes for as low as $80 or even less dollars. They're 4.2 ounce bottles. They're bigger than normal. This one is all about a medicinal oud that you notice right off the bat, which might scare some people away, that it quickly turns sensual and it quickly turns into this beautiful leathery tonka, black pepper, sensual leathery oud and vanilla fragrance. And it has a beautiful vanilla Madagascar, like a dark boozy vanilla to this fragrance. Guys, this is one of the most seductive fragrances on the market right now. It might sound like it because of oud and because you might think it's scary. It's actually one of the most seductive fragrances I've ever worn, I've ever tried. Ladies go gaga for this on me, and this will be a charmer in your collection if you can pull it off. Again, a lot of leather, a lot of dark boozy elements to this fragrance, and a sensual, medicinal oud. So check this one out, guys. I don't think it'll disappoint you. Performance is out of this world. Value for money, absolutely stellar and spectacular. The next one I had to share, getting through some of my favorites of my collection right off the bat. Fan Your Flames by Nishane. Y'all know how much I love this fragrance. Let me spray this one. Might be my scent of the day. I love this fragrance so much. This is your spicy rum fragrance. This is beautiful tobacco, has a coconut, like a resinous syrupy, that I get a distinct chili vibe from it as well. So it's chili and coconut and tobacco. It has Chinese cedar, which is giving it probably some of that spicy, energetic quality. It's a unique fragrance, but it's also very sophisticated. It's called Fan Your Flames. It's supposed to get you or maybe your partner in the mood. It's sensual and sophisticated, and it's just a fragrance with a lot of class and charm and sensuality behind it. So if you want something more rugged, maybe a little bit more confident and less sweet, I think that this could be maybe even a better alternative to some of y'all than Rojas Creation E, but you could choose either one or the other, Rojas Creation E or even Rojas Creation E Enigma, the cologne parfum version, would work very well also for the winter, but this one just has much better performance and it's a better value for money and is more on the niche side. It's more unique. So Fan Your Flames by Nishane, pretty nice. Some people think it's too sweet. Some people want more sweetness. This is a little bit of a daring fragrance, especially if you've never really gotten into real niche fragrances before. Another fragrance here that I think is pretty wearable but still has some unique character about it is Blackmail by Kerosene. I had to pull this baby out. It's a new love. I got this one and bought this one this year. It has a beautiful, interesting, like a black raspberry kind of note about it. It also has sandalwood and oud and some creamy facets and some like tonka vibes and a little bit smoky, but not too smoky. This is a very interesting fragrance. It's mysterious. It's sweet and also has a very special kind of seductiveness about it. Performance is also very good. This one's a little bit closer to the skin. Not a bad performing fragrance at all, but it lasts and lasts and lasts. And the performance in this absolutely great too. So don't underestimate this fragrance, Blackmail. If you like, raspberry, maybe even if you like cherry, this is a great fragrance. Again, confident, something that a very confident person probably would have to pull off. But again, so dark, so sophisticated, and alluring at the same time. Check out Blackmail by Kerosene. Kerosene is also a great house. I think it's Unspoken Pleasures is another one with that waffle accord that absolutely needs to get a lot of talk on the town and needs to get some love and some hype from that brand. Another one here, going for the dark, sophisticated fragrance, this one is called Black Hashish from the house of Artolfacto. Again, I'm pulling out the creative fragrances. I'm pulling out the unknown, the unexplored, the unheard of fragrances, ones that I truly love and I adore. This is a tobacco, coffee, ambergris type of fragrance. Those are really the biggest accords and probably the best way I can explain this fragrance to you. So it has coffee, it has, tobacco, and it has ambergris. It also does have a little bit of that hookah type of accord to it and that feeling. So if you're familiar with people burning incense or, or smoking, more of like Middle East type of smoking, this does have that incensey type of quality about it. For some people, this might be smoky, but this is a very sophisticated, almost woody fragrance as well. It has almost some woody elements to it. Smells like a Middle Eastern gentleman to me. I love this fragrance. I also find that it has some similarities to Black Afghano by Nasamacho, which is also a great winter fragrance beast, along, of course, with the ever-famous interlude man by Amouage, the Blue Beast. But I find this more wearable. I find it a little bit more interesting, and I think it's a great value for money. It's a 20% concentration. They call it an extrait to parfum, and it's about $180 or so for the 100 mil. So I think you're getting your money's worth also from this brand, and I just like it. It's sophisticated and smoky, and it's not too loud, but it definitely will give you a presence. So gentlemen, look at this one if you like really unique fragrances and something with a little bit of a Middle Eastern flair. Speaking of Middle Eastern flair, let's talk about Oudwa Vanilla. This is the best vanilla I have ever smelled. Ladies, some of these previous fragrances might have not been for you. Honestly, I prefer, again, fragrances. Again, anybody can wear anything. I respect that. I even encourage you to wear whatever you like. But this one and the other ones I mentioned so far, some of the ones I'll mention in later in the list might be, not your vibe, not what you want. This one here is a vanilla, amber and vanilla. If you love amber, if you love vanilla, and if you like amber vanilla combos, this is something that needs to be on your radar. To me, this is the best of the best, one of the best vanillas, especially value for dollar, value for money. Absolutely gorgeous. This gave me a nosegasm. This blew me away. Again, it does have oud in the name, but it just adds a sensual leatheriness in the background. Nothing animalic here, nothing scary. It just adds a very gorgeous sensuality. The back has 18 karat gold texture and like lace to it. Hopefully that'll come up with the lighting. I can get it there. It's absolutely gorgeous, guys. Beautiful bang for your buck. I think you can pick up this one for about 105, anywhere from 105 euro to 140 euro for the 100 mil. Great fragrance, highly underrated, and for vanilla lovers, you can't miss. You can't, you're sleeping on this one. The next fragrance I wanted to mention, I just mentioned one that was a little bit more likable, a little bit more wearable, and maybe versatile for some people. I also wanted to share one of my most rugged fragrances, one of my strongest fragrances, a fragrance with a big, bold personality. And this one, it will be rugged. This one will be too much for some people, but this fragrance is an unmistakable beast in the fragrance game. This is Treachery by Maher Olfactive. This is the pirate fragrance. This has rum, this has tobacco, this is very bold, in your face, unapologetic, tons of Divana, which is a very like bitter, herbaceous kind of green quality coming through with this fragrance. And this fragrance made me fall in love with Divana. I've fallen hard for Divana. It's one of my favorite notes and something I look for in fragrances. If it has Divana, I might just love it. So this fragrance here, absolutely gorgeous, very rugged. For some people, they might find it masculine. Of course, there's really not gender in fragrances, but for some people, this will be very, very masculine, they might say. And Treachery is a gorgeous fragrance if you like bold, brash, rugged, even aggressive smelling fragrances like I do. Also, there's some patchouli in here, there is some vanilla, and there's a lot to love in this one. So check out Treachery by Maher Olfactive if you're deeper into the niche game and you like those types of fragrances, patchouli and rum and tobacco. This one will not disappoint you. So the next one here, let's jump into a classic. Let's jump into one of my favorite fragrances of all time. A fragrance that needs no introduction. A fragrance that is a wonderful, beauty, a gem, a hallmark, a masterpiece made by, I think it's, what was it, Beautiful? I can't remember the name of the perfumer, but he did magic on this one. Master perfumer, master creation, Jubilation 25. This is a beautiful myrrh fragrance, lots of incense, lots of myrrh. It has a blackberry note off the top that quickly develops. There's so much complexity. Just look at the notes. There's also immortelle in this fragrance. There's patchouli, there's vanilla. There's a lot to love in this fragrance. Very complex, but really, when you look at the fragrance as a whole, once you step back and look at the whole creation, it's a frankincense fragrance, and it does beauty that. It's one of the best frankincense resinous fragrances on the market. Maybe the best frankincense fragrance that's ever been made. And it's a beauty, guys. Ladies and gents, this one is gorgeous, high quality. I know this is an older bottle still. It has the magnetic cap, but still, I love this fragrance, even especially in 2020. Amouage Jubilation will always be a favorite in my collection. I will always remember this fragrance. One of the first niche fragrances I ever bought, and it's one of the fragrances that got me into the niche fragrance game, because this is stunning juice, guys. Don't sleep on this one. Again, some people get scared because they see oud, and this is not very oudy. It's kind of easy to appreciate, and really, oud is just a facet to this fragrance. To me, it's more about the incense and the frankincense. It's more about other exotic notes like immortelle and patchouli and that berry note, and I seriously think everybody needs to at least experience this fragrance at least once and see if it works for them. So Amouage Jubilation, hollow frame, masterpiece fragrance in my opinion, no doubt about it. Another fragrance that's also really been doing magic and also really been hitting some lists, also because of the Fragrance Apprentice. This is, Atkinson's Oud Save the King. This is a beautiful tea fragrance. This is a calming fragrance. It's meditative. It's sophisticated. It's a fragrance, again, that has orris. It actually has some iris to it. This is probably my favorite iris fragrance of all time. It's more of like a white leathery iris or orris to this fragrance. It's sophisticated and calming at the same time. It's called Oud Save the King, and I think that people are seriously sleeping on this. The House of Atkinsons is kind of underappreciated in general, and you can find some amazing values for dollar out there. You can find this one, if you look at the right places and find the right deal, as low as about $70 to $80 for a fragrance that retails at the boutiques for $250. Outrageous value for money, Atkinsons. And I highly encourage you to try this if you like calming, meditative, sophisticated fragrances. When you want to, have a little bit more of maybe when you want to read a book, or maybe you don't want to shout for attention. This fragrance really lasts in the cold and really does some kind of magic. I put my word on it. Try this one, Oud Save the King. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And it's not really a oud heavy fragrance. It doesn't smell much like oud. And it certainly is not some rose oud combo that will probably bore you. But again, a little bit more calm, a little bit more reserved of a fragrance. But really nice. So kind of getting away from a calm, reserved fragrance is one that's rebellious and has a very much of a dark side and, an energy to it all in its own. This is none other than Irreverent from the In Part collection from Histores de Parfum. This is a beautiful fragrance, guys. This is an incensey fragrance. It has this latex, piercing, plasticky kind of quality. It has lavender. It has coffee. It has woody elements. It has smoke. It has some animalic nuances with styrax. This is a beautiful fragrance, guys, but this one is not for everybody. This is very daring. This is unusual, and this is, to me, the real Black Phantom fragrance of the fragrance game. This will give you that phantom-like vibe, that phantom-like feeling, makes you feel like you're on the streets and you're out there. You got this mysterious dark side about you. So Irreverent In Part is about, it's called Irreverent for a reason. It feels rebellious. It feels like it has this bad boy type of quality. And it's, I think somebody who's a biker, somebody who likes to wear all black might just love this fragrance. It's a fragrance with a big personality, but it's really nice juice. If you do like it, it might work for you. Another fragrance with a big personality that works for me in my fragrance game, for my personality, and for what I like to wear. One of my favorite fragrances of all time, highly underappreciated brand, highly unknown, not spoken about at all, is Carlen's Mint of Blame. This is a black leather fragrance. This is has lots of cumin. It doesn't smell like BO. It doesn't smell like BO on my skin. It's a very, very great, it's unbelievably good fragrance, but you have to appreciate cumin. This is about leather, mostly in black cumin. It has some black pepper, has some darker notes, some darker elements. There's some resins here. There's some patchouli, and this fragrance is just such a rebellious dark horse type of fragrance. This is, somebody walking out there, going to the bar, and maybe not saying a lot, but knows that they're going to get attention, knows that they're going to get reactions. It might even have, be able to play around, get that special somebody, to play around with them. This is a fragrance that's dark, brooding, and sophisticated. Maybe a little bit more for the mature gentleman, 25 plus, but Mint of Blame certainly needs to be on your radar if you like black leather and cumin and resins and ambers and those kinds of things. I love it. It's one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Speaks to me in a really personal way. There's a little bit of a sweetness from like a little bit of resin, but this fragrance here got big personality, big bad personality, big bad fragrance, Mint of Blame. And you're gonna be, you might have to go to confession, or admit some guilt after you have this kind of personality and you're out on the prowl. So this fragrance here, I hope that you liked my fragrances in general. I hope that you loved exploring a little bit about me and my personality and some of my favorite fragrances of all time. These are my favorite winter niche fragrances. Fragrances that I think are truly special, truly sophisticated, and there's a lot of charm, there's a lot of variety here. Again, I pulled out a list and you know what you're getting yourself into. Fragrances that not everybody knows about, not everybody's heard about, and will do magic for you. Absolutely, guys. Longevity, a lot of these are great value. A lot of these are hidden gems, underrated fragrances. And I would love to know if you've tried any of these and if any of these sounded exciting to you in that comment section below. So please get in that conversation, jump into the conversation with me. Hope that you have a fantastic holiday season. Hope that you're safe out there. I know that you're smelling good. And let me know, what's your favorite winter fragrance of all time? And do you have any recommendations for me? Help me out. I help you out. Maybe help me. And if you do want to help me out more, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend. So I'll see you next time, everybody. Wear what you love, rock what you got. Stay safe, stay beautiful, and I know that you're smelling good. I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Peace out. And until the next video, I'll see you next time. Peace out, and bye.